With no time to waste, our adventurers set off to find the elusive dawn extract and save Marriam's life. With scant knowledge, knowing only that bloom leaf was a key ingredient, the rest of the reagents and the method to create the extract remained a mystery. Resolute, they set off to gather information from the local establishments, Bloom in Billows, Bloom Sage Books, and Trivium's Trivialities. They also considered visiting the Bloom Leaf Farm to secure that essential ingredient. Their first stop was Bloom in Billows, a quaint potion shop run by Bonnie Fangs, a half-orc with a laid-back demeanour. As they entered, the rich aroma of various reagents mingled in the air, with a particularly strong scent of dank pipeweed hanging heavily. Zaphod and Zed quickly noticed Bonnie's red eyes and realised she was high. Regmir and Zed, ever the adventurous souls, asked for a toke. Regmir handled it with ease. Zed, however, was catapulted to the moon by the potent smoke. Wafting away the smoke in the air, the party inquired about the dawn extract. Bonnie, though cheerful and accommodating, didn't have any but offered to help them make it if they brought the ingredients: shade leaf seeds, bloom leaf, and a golden girasol, the rarest and most elusive of them all. When inquired further, Bonnie mentioned that Vermelek the Shrewd at Trivium's Trivialities might have the pipeweed and might know how to obtain the golden girasol. With this clue, the party ventured to Trivium's Trivialities. The general store was dusty and unkempt, the air thick with the smell of old parchment and curiosity. As they walked in, Vermelek stormed down from the upper floor, ranting about payment, but quickly realised they were not who he expected. His demeanour shifted to one of sly hospitality, offering his services. The adventurers asked about the dawn extract reagents and a potion of flying. Vermelek, ever the showman, cut the whiskers off his own cat for the flying potion and provided guano at a bargain. He claimed he could get the golden girasol, but that it would take a week, a timeline they couldn't afford. With a flourish, he charged them 5 gold for the reagents, including a generous membership fee to the Triviality Club. A wonderful way to begin a business relationship, he declared with a grin. The membership came with 3 tokens exchangeable for simple goods and questions. Vermelek heavily hinted at possessing illegal and clandestine goods, as well as a network of information. Talos, after purchasing a membership, used a token to ask about the hooded figures in town. Vermelek turned pale and refused, citing the danger of such information, indicating it required real coin. However, he offered a quid pro quo. If the party did him a small favour, he would share what he knew. The favour involved retrieving a package from distinguished individuals in the southeast woods. He provided coordinates, the time, midnight, a pouch for payment, and the passphrase Fidelio. They were to return the package to Trivium's Trivialities under the cover of night without being seen. Using another token, the party learned they could pick the golden girasol themselves if they braved the southern woods and searched for clearings where the rare large flowers grew. Next, they headed to Bloom Sage Books, a massive 2-storey library run by Valinda Thimbledrum. They asked for books on trivium history, giant lore and jewellery. Valinda explained the checkout system, which involved a Thrarian machine creating a library card from one's blood, used to scry on checked-out books. Regmir insisted Zed get a library card, and they checked out Atlas History of the Giants of Traumlund and History and Geography of the Triviumite Mountains. Zed also procured a book on jewellery, learning that the original concept of jewellery making with magical embedding originated in Yamagakure, one of the 3 land masses in the Bountiful Lands. Leaving the library around closing time, they made their way to the Bloomleaf Farms. Approaching Farmer Bonjavina's house, they knocked and called for his daughter, Mackie. Bonjavina stormed out with a powdered boomstick, his southern drawl reeling in peak form as he demanded to know who would knock on a farmer's door so late. Confusion ensued. Talos, attempting to explain, asked for Mackie, but the farmer's face turned red with anger. Zed, trying to smooth things over, claimed she had invited them, which only infuriated Bonjavina further, who threatened to tug her at the tit. Zaphod was horrified by the crude remark, The farmer, brandishing his gun, demanded they leave in 5 seconds. The party, with a mixture of urgency and desperation, explained they were the contractors who have been protecting his farm, and they're only bothering him so late due to Marriam's fragile condition. Bon Jovina, though still miffed, begrudgingly lowered his gun and handed over the bloom leaf. Confirming what Vermelek had said about the golden girasol in the southern woods, Bon Jovina advised them to hurry, as it was only a mile away. As they entered the woods, now shrouded in an eerie darkness, Talos noticed small creatures with long white faces peering from behind the trees, only to vanish when he tried to focus on them. They searched several clearings to no avail. Striezer, with his keen senses, spotted a strange streaking light and warned the party. All of a sudden, Striezer was struck by a crystalline fist. An ashen-skinned humanoid with purplish-black crystals protruding from his body stood before them, his eyes fixed solely on the pale-skinned dragonborn. Combat erupted, the crystalline berserker's fury focused entirely on Striezer. His blows were devastating, but the party fought back with all their might. Zed's healing spells kept Striezer alive through the onslaught, while Talos, Zed, and Regmir combined their skills to wear the berserker down. Zaphod's divine energy shattered the berserker's hide. Near death, the berserker entered a frenzied rage, charging at Striezer with renewed vigour. Just as it seemed he would land a fatal blow, a massive great club came crashing down from the sky, shattering the berserker into 1,000 pieces and sending the party hurling backwards by the sheer force of the shockwave. Where there was one, a crystalline berserker, now stood a massive hulking figure with yellow eyes and a long flowing mane. At this very moment, the berserker's last remaining shard, his crystal heart, pulsed and leapt into the air. Eldritch lightning shot within the heart as it began to merge with Striezer's body, awakening new powers within him. The hulking figure's voice boomed.
Amusing. It seems the gods smiled down on me today. 2 for the price of 1. And you have your companions with you. Come, mortals. Give me a worthy fight.
The battle intensified. Striezer, now transformed into his golden form, faced the hulking figure. His wide, powerful strikes decimated the party, knocking down Talos, Zed, and Striezer. He nearly killed Regmir with a single blow. Talos, casting invisibility, tried to flee, but the creature leapt behind him, preventing his escape.
Coward. Inexcusable. You must fight. Fight until your bodies are torn apart.
Zaphod, engaging the creature in combat, recognizing the figure's movements, realized he had seen them before. The figure slammed into Zaphod, delivering a lethal blow. As Zaphod lay bleeding out, he had a vision of Bahamut, a massive metallic dragon whose skin shifted colors. "Rise, champion. Claim your destiny as my sword saint," Bahamut proclaimed. Zaphod rose, ready for battle, but saw most of his companions incapacitated or dying. Striezer, standing on his last legs, crushed a boulder in frustration and cursed the hulking figure. Dissatisfied and disappointed, the creature raised his club to finish off the party, only to be body-slammed by a massive Wendigo-like creature wearing a bow tie. As the 2 figures wrestled, a druid companion of the Wendigo exclaimed for the party to leave while they held off the creature. With renewed urgency, Zed healed Regmir, and Zaphod, calling upon his newfound power, healed his friends. The party fled through the woods, licking their wounds. By sheer chance, they stumbled upon a clearing with a massive golden girasol in the centre. The session ended with Zaphod triumphantly running out of the woods, clutching the girasol, followed closely by Striezer, Zed, Talos, and Regmir, their hearts pounding with the thrill of survival and victory.